I've been wanting to come here for so long.
I'm in Hokkaido, Japan, known for its snow, delicious seafood, and incredible nature. Today, I'm teaming up with Sapporo City to explore Sapporo, the capital of Hokkaido, and find out what it has to offer.
I don't really know anything about Sapporo, so to help us, we have Aono-san, our guide, and cameraman Ryoichi-san, who are locals.
For the next 3 days, Aono-san and Ryoichi-san are going to be taking us around Sapporo.
Okay.
We'll visit all the famous spots, eat way too much food, including forcing me to eat my least favourite foods because apparently they taste better in Hokkaido. I'll get to tick off some items off my bucket list, witness a tuna auction, and a theft. It was colder than I thought it would be, but I met some of the warmest people. Let's get into it. We've just arrived in central Sapporo now, and even on the drive over here from the airport, Sapporo feels a little bit different to the rest of mainland Japan. Sapporo was only established in 1868 at the beginning of the Meiji era, just as Japan was reopening itself to the rest of the world after more than 200 years of isolation. A lot of the things that are typically associated with Japan, like these traditional buildings, temples, and samurai, were developing in the mainland way before that. I don't think I've seen any traditional houses around Sapporo just yet. I don't know, it feels a lot newer, if that makes sense. I don't know. I just want to take a moment to note that before people from the mainland settled in Hokkaido, there was, and still is, an indigenous population living here called the Ainu. This is a very important topic that I can't do justice with my current limited knowledge, so I won't be covering it in this video, but I'll include some basic resources below for anyone interested. Anyway, we're starting with the place I was most excited about visiting. Oh my god, I've wanted to come here for so long. So this is called the Hill of Buddha, and it was designed by Tadao Ando. Basically, Ando Tadao was hired to kind of increase the appeal of a huge Buddha, like over 15 meters tall, out here in Sapporo. He came and he was like, oh, true, doesn't really have that much appeal, it's just like out in the open. Here's an idea, let's cover it with a huge hill. And the guys were like, let's not. We don't want to break the connection with the Buddha and the heavens. And I was like, okay, fair. How about we remove the top of the hill? And the clients were like, And he was like, nah, trust me. The idea was that they would cover the hill with lavenders. It was a huge project, the hill is huge. So actually the people that planted the lavender are Sapporo residents that volunteered to plant the lavender flowers on the top. So now when you come in summer, from whatever direction you look at the Hill of Buddha, you can see a field of lavenders with this top of the Buddha head sticking out. And then in winter, you don't have the lavender, but it's all snow-capped. And the top of the Buddha head also has a little snow beanie, like mine. Anyway, we're here in autumn, so let's see what it looks like. Personally, I think it was a brilliant idea. It makes it look so majestic. The Hill of Buddha is actually a part of a cemetery called Makomanai Takino. The grounds were designed in a way to kind of challenge the usual heavy atmosphere of a cemetery, and you'll also see Moai statues from Easter Island and a Stonehenge replica, apparently to suggest that people of any religious background are welcome to come here.
ここもともと採石場アート空間に作り直したとこなんですよね。
When I say Sapporo, what comes to mind?
This is the
Sapporo beer? Or maybe the 1972 Sapporo Winter Olympics? This is what my impression of Sapporo was. Snow and this Nika neon sign. I don't even know who that is.
葉っぱではみたいなのやります。
Okay.
いや
せーの.
I'd heard a lot of great things about Sapporo in the winter and the summer,
ーいやー
so I was curious to see what autumn would be like.
まで待ち15組目なんですよね。
おお。
So we've come for soup curry for lunch. Soup curry is kind of like a very well-known food in Sapporo. Super excited to try. I have no idea what it looks like. Soup curry is a little bit different to regular Japanese curry, and although there are a few origin stories out there, it is widely regarded as having been invented here in Sapporo in the 1970s.
アジャンタっていうお店とマジックスパイスっていうお店が当時あり、でアジャンタが確か古いはずで薬膳っぽいカレーなんです。でその後にスープカレーっていう名前で売り始めたのが確かマジックスパイスだったはずで、そこから始まったっていう感じですよね。
面白いですね。ありがとうございます。I ordered the vegetable soup curry and Kay got one with pork. Cool. It's full of all kinds of spices with a side of rice.
This is so good when it's cold.
The pieces of vegetable were huge, and considering we were eating it with a spoon, it kind of had me wishing I had chopsticks to eat it with, which was a thought that definitely caught me off guard as well. This whole dish was amazing. It was a soupy consistency, unlike the typical thick Japanese curry. The flavour is also quite different. The only thing is, most soup curry restaurants like this one don't take reservations. It's a first come first serve basis, like ramen restaurants.
ここ理学部で、
はい。
理学部の
理学部の。
あ
ああ、はい。で博物館もここに入ってるんですか。
ここにある。
Our soft cream milk sauce is from the Hagiwara farm, whose cows eat only the freshest green grass and drink the purest natural water. We've just stopped at the Hokkaido University Museum for a little break. I got a soft serve and a hot coffee. We just came from, it feels like summer in Osaka. In my head, I had an idea of like a soft serve and an iced coffee. Kind of works, right? But obviously it's cold here, so got a hot coffee instead, which just feels a bit weird, like.
We're staying at the Prince Hotel in central Sapporo, but we'll do a room tour later. We've got somewhere else we're heading to first.
テレビ塔に向かっていきたいと思います。
I think we had the best tour guide we could have asked for.
内藤多中さんっていう方が、建築家としてメインで関わってきて、で内藤多中さんは日本だと全国で6カ所、
6カ所です。
はい、作ってて、テレビ塔だけじゃなくて、
はい。
東京タワー、
東京タワー。
東京タワーもやってますし、大阪だと通天閣もデザインしてますし。
Not only was he super knowledgeable, it was like Aono-san was paying attention to what we liked and adjusting the tour accordingly. Pretty quickly, he realized we were obsessed with taking photos of everything, so he timed the part of today's tour with the best view,
まあちょっと雲が出ちゃってます。
just in time for golden hour.
ゴールデンアワーでございます。
Although it no longer operates as a broadcasting tower, Sapporo TV Tower is still very important as it marks the center of the city.
ここが大通公園で、ここが札幌の南と北を分けてます。日本の街もともと木造建築が多いので、火事に遭うともう一気に街が燃えちゃうので、それを防ぐためにここにこの広い空間を設けて、南側で火事が起きても北側に燃え移らないようにというのが一説です。蘇生川が札幌の西と東を分けてます。
じゃあこれが本当の中心ですよね。
そうです。ここがもう本当に00です。なので結構札幌の街は迷うのが難しい。
Sapporo TV Tower at golden hour / sunset is amazing. And now we're heading to dinner. Dinner is on the main shopping arcade in Sapporo. This is Tanuki Koji, which means like raccoon alley or something like that. Tanuki means raccoon. It's about 900 meters long. It's got like 200 shops. The street's been open for pretty much as long as Sapporo's existed, and it's got literally everything. Restaurants, cafes, lots of old like vintage clothing stores, which is surprising as well. So yeah, it's this nice mix of everything, and it's covered, which is good. So you can come here even when it's raining or like super hot. It's like very, very central.
でここ昼間来るとヒグマの剥製がここに立ってます。
ここに来ました。
Okay, something you need to know about me. I'm not a particularly picky eater. I'll eat pretty much anything, except like a glass of milk, because I'm a little bit lactose intolerant. And I'm not a psychopath. But I'm not the biggest fan of sea urchin. I think it's the smell. And the brown gooey bit of the crab, I don't know what it's called in English. This part here that I'm actively avoiding, it's called Kani miso in Japanese. Oh, and oysters. Ugh. Hokkaido is very famous for its seafood. Specifically, guess which foods? Luckily, Hokkaido's famous oysters are not a Sapporo specialty. Whew. But everyone keeps telling me that I'll change my mind if I try them in Hokkaido. So. This is Kani Kato, a crab specialist sushi restaurant. Kate ordered for us and we got a nigiri sushi set and a crab don, or kani don.
Maybe not for me.
I think it's safe to say I can now permanently strike a sea urchin off my list.
Okay, next. カニがいいんじゃない？
Oh. So this is the kanidon.
I'm just kidding. This one I actually really liked.
Also, the first time I've enjoyed kani and stuff. The crab here is fantastic. It's good. The sushi here is really good, but the crab here is amazing. We gotta get the crab.
Hello, welcome to our room. This is the Crab King room. This is bedroom. Okay, this is a desk. This is a couch. You're gonna sleep there. Okay, and coffee. Oh, room. Empty. Safety box, fridge. Wow, so many drinks.
We're at a wholesale market in Sapporo. It's way too early, but let's go check it out.
The Sapporo Central Wholesale Market is the largest wholesale market and distributor of fish and fresh produce in all of Hokkaido. The outer market sells the morning's freshly caught fish straight to the public, but today
The smell's getting stronger.
we've been invited inside to get to witness something very rare.
Look at the size of that fish! Holy shit!
This is tuna. They were all caught this morning and are about to be auctioned off to the highest bidder.
They're about to start the auctions. On this side it's going to be tuna, and on that side it's going to be crab.
The auction is meticulously organized. The buyers are brokers, or like middlemen, coming from all different companies to buy from the wholesalers and then sell it to groceries or restaurants, etc. Each company has an allocated number, which you can see written on their caps in yellow. Each product has an allocated time starting at 5:15 a.m. Tuna and crab are the last ones. There's no chaos or frantic running around. Everything operates like a well-oiled machine. The buyers write what price they want to bid for on a whiteboard, flash it at the auctioneer, and then the highest bid wins.
Looks like it's about to begin.
This was not what I was expecting. With the size of those fish, I thought people would be screaming and fighting over each other for them. Instead, it was done in like 5 minutes. As soon as each one is sold, it's chopped up straight away for transport. I'm not sure if all of them are caught around Hokkaido, but the biggest one of today was. And it was a whopping 230 kilos. In a different part of the market, fruit and veggies are also being auctioned off at an insane speed.
So the fruits are on this side of the warehouse, and on this side is the vegetables. So over there we can see they're doing the tomato auction as well.
We made it just in time for the apple auction.
And all these apples are going to be sold now.
In the red caps are the sellers, and the people with the numbers on their hats are the buyers. But they don't have whiteboards this time. Instead, the buyers wave hand signals to communicate the price. What do the hand signals mean? One could mean 1,000 yen, or 10,000 yen, or 100,000 yen. It depends on the product.
It's really cool. I don't know if you can tell, but the auctioneer is like on a crate and he's like shuffling along as he's selling the apples. It's really impressive. I don't know how he's not losing his balance. So that's the warehouse over there, the wholesale market over there. And this is where you eat it.
これいつもこんな大きいんですか？
そうですね。部位によるんですけど、これ鴨の部分なので、鴨の部分だと大きいかもしれない。
こっちも大きいですね。
あ、そうですね。頑張っちゃいました。
Today for breakfast, I've got a salmon breakfast set with crab miso soup. This is jellyfish. I'm not sure what this is. Okay, got
I put salmon, crab.
いただきます。It turns out my original guess was not too far off. Rather than traditional, so many buildings here have a Western influence to them. And as you might imagine, these designs were not always suited for Hokkaido's sub-Arctic climate. This is the former residence of a person called Takeshiro Nagayama, who was an important figure in Hokkaido's early development. As soon as we stepped into the space, we could feel how cold it was. But this house is a really cool example of the fusion of cultures, with a Western-style room leading straight into a Japanese-style tatami room. But it turns out these imported single-pane windows were even worse insulators than Japanese paper screen doors. So apparently a lot of the time the Western rooms were closed off and not really used during the winters.
綺麗ですね。ね。
こんなに大きくなかったよ。
あ、そうなんですか。千歳鶴酒ミュージアム。
千歳鶴酒ミュージアムです。
Afterwards, we swung by a
札
sake
幌が生まれ
museum.
て3年後ぐらいにこれがお酒がどういうふうに作られてるかっていうのを見せてくれる。
So cute.
And got to taste test some.
千歳鶴 reborn.
On the count of 3, point to the one you liked better. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you guys like that one? All right. This is the shio ramen. The soup is quite translucent. Doesn't look very heavy at all.
The ramen was really good. I really liked it. We tried the shoyu and the shio ramen. It's like a chickeny base, and then the shoyu one obviously has the shoyu flavor, but I really like the shio ramen. Kind of reminded me of my grandma's chicken soup, so that was really nice. Kind of like an in and out system, and it's a long wait, but yeah, I'm glad I got to try that. It was really good ramen.
Sapporo is actually the 5th most populous city in Japan, right after Osaka and Nagoya. So it kind of feels like you shouldn't be able to catch a tram to the base of the mountains. So the fact that you can is maybe what gives this place such a different vibe to like Tokyo and Osaka. This is Mount Moiwa observation deck, and it's got some insane panoramic views of Sapporo City and the surrounding mountains. Aona-san has managed to time it perfectly, so we arrive at golden hour. This doesn't look real. Look at how beautiful this is. Stunning. This observation deck is actually more famous for its night views over the city, so as we were heading down, many more people were heading up. Maybe next time I visit Sapporo, I'll get a chance to check out the night views from here, but this time we're heading to something that I'm a little bit more excited about. So we are at a restaurant called Genghis Khan. This is a lamb yakiniku place. So you grill the lamb yakiniku style. And this place is in the middle of downtown Sapporo. So the view behind me is absolutely insane. This dish is named Genghis Khan, just like the Mongolian emperor, but I don't think it has anything to do with him. I think it's more to do with the association of lamb with Mongolian cuisine. This is for your clothes, so that the lamb smell doesn't get on your jacket. Like this. Oh, and your bag. Ooh. And your bag. This is all our stuff. Lamb's not very common in Japan, except for in Hokkaido, and this is one of the most popular ways to eat it. Genghis Khan is the name of the dish, but you'll find that each restaurant has its own specialty or style of preparing the lamb.
うちの特徴としてこの塩熟成っていうものを取り入れてるんですけど、臭みを飛ばしながらお肉を柔らかく仕上げてますよっていうのがうちの特徴です。なので苦手な方でもよく食べやすいお肉に仕上げてます。
And just like regular yakiniku, there's a lot of different ways you can eat it, but obviously you have to try it with Sapporo beer.
これはですね、北海道にある山わさびっていうわさびなんですけど、これはもう北海道しかない特徴です。全部いくか？
Welcome to Kay's kitchen.
ラムがこんな匂いしないの感動。
Because of the way the pan is laid out, as you grill the meat, it kind of like the fat from the lamb like drips down onto the vegetables, so the vegetables get this like really gorgeous flavor. We are in Susukino. Morning. Now we're going to breakfast in the club lounge.
We are at breakfast at the club lounge of the Prince Hotel. They've got like a whole complimentary buffet style breakfast on the top floor of the Prince Hotel, and they've got some really nice stuff here. They've got Western style breakfast options like cereal and toast, but also like Japanese style, and a lot of like Hokkaido specialties, including this yogurty Yakult tea drink called katsugen or something like that. Looks so interesting. And we've got like a seafood bowl. How cute is it? And we've even got crab miso soup and like Hokkaido bacon. Looks so good. Itadakimasu. Just like apple juice. I was kind of expecting Yakult. It doesn't really taste like Yakult. For our last day, we're heading out of the Sapporo city centre and into the mountains. Konnichiwa. Hi. Hi, わかりました。あ、わかりました。ありがとうございます。This is Jozankei Hot Springs. The water is literally like steaming. It is a cute little onsen town just about 40 minutes from Sapporo City, and the water coming out of the ground here is 80 degrees, so we're gonna cook some eggs.
棒があるんですね。
いってらっしゃい。食べますか？
そうだね。Caution, very hot water, over 80 degrees. Be careful not to burn yourself. Please keep an eye on your eggs. The crow is always going after them. Jozankei is named after the Buddhist monk Jozan, who first developed the area into a therapeutic hot spring site. This is Jozan, and in front of the statue you've got the foot bath right here, and then down here you can boil your eggs.
全然熱くない。
嘘?
うん。
Alright, let's have a look.
あれ？2個やった？
あれ
？3個のやつやろ。棒変えられたか？
わかんない。Did somebody eat our egg?
この棒につけたよな。
Yeah.
2個だ。2個しか入ってない。
こっちですよね。
枝はこれでした。
うん、枝一番太かったと。
カラスですかね。Please be careful of crows. Please keep an eye on your eggs. The crow is always going on. I'm just kidding. There's no way a bird did that. Right? The egg was good. The white was like jelly and then the inside was hard, but low-key, I haven't stopped thinking about the fact that maybe it was a crow. So if anybody knows anything about birds, can you please let me know down in the comments? Thank you. Well, that was an experience.
So we've just stopped for lunch at, this is technically called the Terminal Adventure Station. It is a cafe and they've got like an activities store where you can like buy and rent ski gear and other kind of activities you can do in Hokkaido. And attached is a cafe / lunch place called Screaming Sand. We've ordered just a sandwich and a couple of coffees. Oh, arigatou gozaimasu. This is the beef sandwich and it is literally just beef. That is huge. You're gonna love this. It's perfect size for Kay, but I could not eat this on my own. The coffee's so good. Yeah. Oh.
お、感動してるやん。
すげえ。
あ、登ってるんだ。
It's uphill.
It's going up.
Look at this mountain.
Jozankei has a beautiful walking trail behind the footbath that looked so magical with the changing leaves. We visited in late October and this is what it looked like. But one of the best parts about visiting Jozankei is taking advantage of the therapeutic hot spring water. This is the biggest hot spring town in Hokkaido, and there are day-use bathhouses, or you can stay overnight at a resort.
Okay, tonight we're staying at the Grand Blissen Hotel in Jozankei. Let me give you a hotel tour. This is the bedroom. This is like, I don't know, the living room. This is amazing.
So you shower over here first, and then you jump in the onsen, which uses the hot spring water that we boiled our eggs with.
Oh, it's warm. Oh.
The ground is warm. Jozankei is a sodium chloride spring, so a type of salt water, but not as strong as seawater. This is really good for improving circulation in the body, and it keeps you warm for a long time after you've left the tub. But before we had a soak, we went to go check out the light-up event that was happening on the route we walked along in the Arvo, before heading to dinner at the hotel.
Oh, すごいね。
So fancy!
So the dinner option here at the Grand Blissen Hotel is a course menu. It's very fancy. Don't ask me what anything is. Seafood. I think we've got raw fish. We've got, I think that's a chestnut, a prawn, and then we've got sea snail and some kind of fish. I'm not really sure what this one is at the end. I think that's the best kingfish I've ever had. What a nani? Mushroom. With yuzu. This one I'm nervous about. We finished the first course and the second course just came straight out. We got some kind of, what is this? Fish? More fish. And this prawn shumai. It looks really cool. The soup is really nice, the ebi soup. This is a palate cleanser.
Apple sobe.
So we've got rice with salmon roe, akadashi miso soup, and pickles. Oh. That's so good. Finally, a fruit platter. Isn't that the cutest? That meal was so good. I'm gonna go in a food coma now. I just let this stay, but apparently this, you use it to mix the water to make sure all the good minerals from the hot spring water are moving throughout the hot tub. Yeah. Thanks for joining us in Sapporo. It's been absolutely amazing, and a big shout out to Aona-san and the team for making this trip so special. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.